but the garage was packed, ready to put a new house on the property and needed the garage to be emptied out. So he was just having people pull out stuff from this attic of this little garage in the garage and just put it in the yard, boxes and boxes and boxes of antiques. And he was like, it's free. You don't even like he barely, like, I gave him a $20 bill because he was like, well, I guess if you want to make a donation to the dumpster, because he was like, if you don't take it, it's going to go in the dumpster. And so I gave him $20 and he still almost turned me away for that. So anyway, so I got 2 of these. It's an older antique cheese grater. And this one is loose on one side. And it is metal and it looks like somebody, like, maybe we could get it pinched on there. I'm not sure. But I want to make this a Christmas decor item. If anything, I'm just going to, that doesn't do it. I thought maybe if I slid it in there, it's in there. So I think what I'm going to do is probably slide some hot glue in there just to kind of keep it there. Probably not the most, it'll come off. Hot glue will come off if you work at it. It'll just scrape off or pop off there. So I apologize. I tried to go live earlier. This is one of our tags, and I'm going to make that to go on here as a little decor item. It's kind of big. I'm not super excited about how big it is, but this is the new size. I don't know. Just painting it white. Trying to see what else I have for tags around here, because like I said, I do think it's a little on the big side. Do I have some here? Ooh, look at this. I have some here. These are smaller. I'm going to do this one, but I might just, as long as I'm doing it. So I'm using the Waverly plaster, it's called. That was chalk paste. It says it's chalk paint, but it is acrylic. So the other side is more watered down. So got a piece of hair there. I do have a little bell here too. That would look really cute. And then I'm going to take one of these. This is just the Make It Market. I want to say is, oh, this is sublimation. These were weird. These are sublimation ready. I'm not going to do that one. I thought I did. I thought I had a smaller one. Maybe we'll use the bigger one. Who knows? The bigger one is Chalk Couture's version. Sorry. I need to take out the trash in my little camper here. It is full. And the trash man just came today. So, these sublimation as well. I've got all kinds of little tags that are sublimation ready. Interesting. I'm so new. When I bought those, I didn't know they were sublimation ready, and they have a weird texture that I don't like for painting anyway. Aha! I've got some black ones. I don't have to paint those. Isn't that nice? That's awesome. All right. Oops. I just made a mess with that chalk paint. So I'll just finish painting this since I've started. I want it to look nice, right? I've kind of got a large amount of paste, kind of paint out here. So I'll just kind of keep working on that. All right. Well, I've got a couple other ones. These again, God only knows when I got it, where I got it. Let me put you down here a little bit. You can see I've got a couple projects going, and that's okay. We're just kind of going on some projects. I kind of want to save those sublimation tags for sublimation because I have tried to paint them in the past and I wasn't very successful with it. So we're just going to kind of keep that on the side. But I am going to use the new transfer I got in this month's craft club. It's a minis. Oops, upside down. Ooh, I really like that little bird, actually. There's a little bird, there's penguin, there's skate. It says chillin', it says warm and cozy at the top. There's a little hat, and there is a mug of cocoa with marshmallows in it. There's a little bear, polar bear, igloo, and the deer. So I like to cut up the minis. Usually I kind of leave them on. And I did take one off here. Let me show you what I made. I'll try not to make a mess. I was making a mess. Look at this. This is the club project. It's socks. How cute is that? And so I kind of made a mess going all the way around. And then I covered up some of my little fingerprints by putting little, there's two of them, obviously. It's a pair of socks. And here's my little mess. I tried to wipe it off first, didn't work. So then I pasted, but now it's spreading because it was wet. Anyway, you know, issues. But it was fun. So crafting is fun. Who doesn't love crafting? So I think we're going to take this little deer down here. And now we get to switch over to chalk paste, which is water-based, which is great. And I think I'm going to just do that. And so I've got some ideas going on in my head for this little grater. We're just going to make this easy peasy. And first, since this is the first time I'm using this, so the club comes with an 8.5 by 11 transfer. And this month, it's all these minis. So you can make all kinds of tags for your gifts. You can make them, you know, you could do this on paper. It would totally work. You could do this on your wrapping paper randomly, whatever you want. You could have each person, like, this is me. I have a different wrapping paper for each one of my kids. I'm going to put this little guy at the bottom because I know from experience that with tags, when you hang it, it's sometimes bows cover up the top portion. So that's why I'm going to do it there. Okay, so we're going to use some chalk on this. See if we can find some red. Because I want to do his little scarf. You see that? So I've got it on there. I've got all the bubbles kind of pressed out of there. I did a little fuzzing. The first time you use it, you do want to fuzz the transfer so it doesn't stick too hard to your surface. And let's see. I'm going to use a tool to do this. You do get a mini squeegee, and you can even cut the mini squeegee. Actually, this is really tiny. I think let's start with white. I'm going to do the white first. Not that white. That one is out. This one looked like it was going to be less, but I bet it's not. I'm just going to hold off on the red yet. I am known for making a mess. I'm going to use this vintage little cheese grater as a Christmas decor item. And so we are working on a couple different things here, and I have some thoughts about what I'm going to do with it. But because this is a blackboard, little black tag, oops. I already got red. Oh my goodness. I got red on this side. I've already got whenever I use red, I smear it everywhere. So I didn't get it totally clean of red paste. So I think I'm going to just go over this all in white. Try to get over. He's got red legs. That's not good. And that might enable me to go back over this. Every time I use red, I always make a hot mess. And it's okay. Everything is fixable. It's crafting, you know. It is what it is. Got a little on my... Now white is everywhere. We're just a hot mess today. Okay, so peel to reveal. There is my little deer. Oh my gosh, maybe I don't want red. Maybe I do want red. I'm thinking about... I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and while it's drying, I'm actually going to go on the deer's legs and wipe them down a little bit to try to get rid of that red pigment out of the transfer, so that I can come back over it again and fix it. And I'm going to do the same with the scarf. So I'm just taking a wipe and wiping that off. That's all I'm doing. Nothing major. Because like I said, these are it's reusable transfer. You just wash it in the sink with just plain water. So the monthly club, you get in the mail when you subscribe, an 8.5 by 11 transfer inches, that is. And this month, this is the club. It's exclusive. You can't buy this. It's not, available to everybody. You have to be in the club in order to get it. And then you're going to get that pair of socks, as well as you're going to get this month you will get 3 different ink packets. So you get 3 different ink packets. You can use the ink on t-shirts, like I made this t-shirt. You can make bags, you know, anything fabric you can make. I gotta stop throwing garbage in my garbage can by my feet. I need a new bag. Okay. So I'm making a tag to go on here. And actually the black might be better anyway. And you could make any of these. You could have each person have a different one on their tag presents. I usually do a different wrapping paper, but we are like up to 11 people. So literally I have a collection of 11 different colors of wrapping paper. The boys all have something in black and white. The girls, black, white, or red, but mostly black. And then the girls all have red and white. So it kind of is more neutral in color. It's just, oh, and I didn't even get this little deer's hoof on the bottom. I didn't do a great job on this little deer. I really messed him up, starting with that red on his legs. So we're just going to put this back down on top of it. And I'm going to do his bottom portion over again. I'm just going to line it up. Thankfully, you can see through these transfers. And we are going to fix his little legs because I got red into it. And I want it to be pure white. So here we go. I'm just going to do the bottom portion. And then this one, I didn't even do one of the legs at all. I was so distracted by all the red I was smearing, I didn't get one leg done. So that is what we're going to do. And I'm going to peel that to reveal that. And then we are going to do a little red on his scarf. I want to get some red. Let me show you that. Do you see? I did get a little smudge on there, and it's okay. We're going to get that off as soon as it dries. Okay, now I'm going to still use it on the scarf. So I'm going to place it back on the scarf, line it up. And this time I'm going to use a little brush. In the red and just brush on his scarf. Try not to get it to look, I don't want it to look like it's pink because we've got white underneath it. So we're just going to do the red scarf. I'm trying to paint in the lines. If you have been around here at all, I do have carpal tunnel, and so I'm not as good at painting because my hands kind of hurt. I sure appreciate you all being here. I'm sorry it took me twice to get this figured out today, or 3. I did 3 starts before and it just did not work out. So went away. I did the socks on YouTube. So it's Prairie Scraps on YouTube if you want to look me up and follow me there too. That will, you can see that one there. Okay. So all I did was I painted with the brush the red scarf. And I'm going to wipe that off because I don't want it to stain my brush too badly. And again, it's water-based, but red pigments do stain pretty strongly. So that is a thing. All right, we're going to just go ahead and peel that off. There we go. Kind of cute. Has a little bit of the white showing through, but I love it. Just a little bit of red. All right, we're going to set that aside, and then I'm putting this back on the backing. I'll take that to the kitchen and wash that in the sink. Nice, and get it nice and covered. Oh, I'm like, where's my other one? Kind of have a little stock down there. All right, remember I had started this other tag. I want to do the back side too. So have it all ready whenever I decide to use it. I probably will use, you know, like I think that mitten with cozy and warm would be super cute. This is a bigger tag than that little black one. So I think it would look great on a wreath. So you could use it for that too. Who knew I was going to be doing 2 projects today? Okay. And then while we do that, I want to get my glue gun going. Hopefully we have some, because we want to do some decorations. And glue guns always come to the rescue for that. All right, put that Waverly away. This away, And we will get kind of a stack going here of what I need to take in to get washed. There we go. Put things away. I'm messy today, I'm telling you. It's okay. You're not having fun unless you're making a mess, right? So I so appreciate it if you would subscribe and put a little heart on this. And make sure you hit that notification button too, because that will actually help out my channel, get it out there. Hit that little notification bell so that when I go live, you get to know, you'll get a little notification on it. I'm just gonna, so that is dry between that little bottom edge that I got a little on there, and it came right off with a wipe. Nice. Okay, so we've got a little tag and we've got this going. I've got my heat gun running. All right, so some things I want to do. we'll talk about this. I've got some little decoration type things. And then I did pick out some, I got this weekend. It was $1.99, but it was 40% off. So they were a little bit on the spendy side, but I think they're just a nice little green. I really like that. I'm not sure I'm going to do that just yet. These were picks from Walmart, and I think they were, I want to say they were 99 cents. Maybe, yeah, they were Walmart. So they were they were much nicer than like Dollar Tree was having right now. So I would suggest it. And then I also got this on the Black Friday in a local, it was $6.19 for this. There's 12 little candy canes in there. So I wanted to use that on this. But it was, again, 40% off because it was Christmas. And kind of brought all the trees and stuff out. I got all these little bags. I keep grabbing little things to put on. So, on Christmas decorations. So I'm just kind of checking out what we have. To put on here. Thought I had, oh, it's way over. That's right. I did grab a couple of little cookie cutters because I thought those would be kind of fun. I kind of like this part of the greens right here. And I think I'm gonna go in a downward fashion today. So little greens. I wanted a little bit of red. Maybe I should just left this one together, right? They don't always, this one's a little, that's too much. You know, let's see what else we have going on here. I grabbed a bunch of new things. I've got like bins and bins of craft supplies. I also had this little bird, which I thought might actually, I don't know. That has nothing to do with the kitchen. But neither does my little deer. And I think I like maybe this, maybe that's too gold. I don't know. Maybe it's too wide. I like that. You always got to have several options. You just never know what you're going to like. To put on things. There's some greens. Oh, that's on something. Okay. You could also use an ornament if you didn't have the tag, but just showing you some extra options here to use. Getting out here to my cookie cutters. That is not it. I don't know why everything is just like in little baggies. Bought a bag of cookie cutters at the thrift store, and most of them were kind of looking old, but not old. That makes sense. They're older. Maybe not vintage. Oh, this is not it either. Oh, look at this. All along, it was That was a t-shirt. This isn't in either. I don't know where my cookie cutters went. I had a whole like little bag of cookie cutters that I got like at the thrift store. It's probably here right in front of my face. I'll find it as soon as I'm off. So I was hoping like to have gingerbread cookie. I used a gingerbread already, so maybe we'll just use, I could use both of these actually. Where was the other one? Did I have two? Oh yeah. There's a little Scotty. Isn't he cute? Maybe I'll just do this one. We will see. We will see. Okay. And then I wanted to see what other ribbons we had. It would be like easier to just organize everything, right? Like have it all in an organized manner instead of just shoving it in here. But you know, Christmas craft club, doing the craft shows just kind of makes me all over the place. You just never know where things are. Box, my tools opened up. I'm kind of going for the red. Do I have? I thought I grabbed, you know, some reddish color things. And they're not as red as I thought they were. Whoa. Knocking the place down. Maybe I'll go to Buffalo Check. Who knows? Right? Buffalo Check. When in doubt, go to Buffalo Check. You just never know. All right. This is it. We need to make a decision. Get this on. I grabbed some other things. I'm kind of leaning towards this. It's a good go-to. The Buffalo Check. This is from Costco and the big thing, and they last forever. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Okay, so we're just gonna go right around. I don't want to make it so that you can't ever use this. You know, if you wanted to use this off season or whatever, I'm gonna try to just tie it all on instead of gluing it all on. And using hot glue to do the glue job is gonna make it pop off really easy and come off the metal. So it won't be that bad even if I do. So it's still not long enough. Trying to get it long enough and not too long. The nice thing is it's narrower on top, so it won't slide down once I get it tied on there nicely. So we'll have gravity working in our favor for once. So like I said, I'm Dory. If you would like all my links, I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture, so there's my shopping link down there. We started a 12 days of Christmas shopping. Speaking of 12 days, I have a 12 days of Christmas box, craft box, and you get 4 projects in there. So that's on prairiescraps.com. All right, I kind of like this. Let me show you that. I'm liking that. I'm really liking that, but I always defer to Buffalo Check. I really like Buffalo Check. All right, and the way I do these is I cut the, you know, to use the least amount of waste. I like to cut right off the roll like that. And ooh, I like that. Gotta get the dovetail the other side. You could do it at an angle too, that would work. Dovetail or angle, either way. Get that in the garbage. Oops, I missed because I got it way across the room. And I do have this one off already. So let's see. Remember I was saying I wanted it to go down. So we're just gonna stick this down here. And like I said, I may use a little hot glue, but I'm gonna try to do as much as I can without the hot glue. And I wanted to use one of these special little candy canes I got at the Black Friday. I thought these were cute, a little on the spendy side because, like, I guess 40% off $6 would be 60 cents times 4, $2.40. Still was $4, but they're nice and woolly and they've got a little sparkle to them. I think I could probably make them, to be honest, if I was really working hard at it. So I'm just trying to, actually, I can use the little holes to hang it in. There we go. That worked really well. Let me show you that. Isn't that cute? That isn't quite where we want it. And I want to use the hot glue here. I'm going to actually kind of slip it in there and pull it up. I'm not trying to. I'm not doing great here. It's slipping it through the hole, but I do want it to stay there. I'm just gonna. It's not the best glue to use on metal, and I know that, but I think, you know, aside from there, it's not too bad. I'll probably work on that a little bit more, but I don't want it to be slipping around. Okay, so we got our little thing, and we want to put our little tag on here. The tag is maybe where I will end up. Actually, I think I'm gonna I could probably untie it. I don't mind the twine hanger. Actually, kind of like the twine. It gives a little bit of extra layers. So I think I'm gonna use it to just go ahead and tie around here. Kind of at the point where I want it. Nope, it's gonna be a knot. So there wasn't enough there to tie a bow. So we'll just do a little. This is where it'll get tricky because we want the greens to show. I want the tag to show. I'm getting it. This is just, you know, almost 100% fussing. Okay, so we've got the little tag. Let me show you that. Isn't that cute? And, oh, this was the other thing I thought about doing, was shoving some lights down inside. Won't that be cute? Some battery-operated lights. So I'm trying to figure out how I can put this up. Oh, I know, my white string. When in doubt, use white cotton string. I know we have a deer here. And this is a Scotty. But they kind of look similar. I know they're not, but you know. All right, so I'm gonna run my cotton string through. Whoops. I'm going to sort of knot it before I get it on there. Trying to decide exactly where I want to put this. Do I want more than just one? I think I'm going to tie it through one of the holes. I could also go on top as well, like do like this. Why are those stuck together? That's not very nice. This actually might work. And just make it a little bit bigger. That makes sense. Although we're kind of covering the whole idea that it's a cheese grater at this point. Don't really want that around the berries. But I think it'll just give it a little extra by having it come out the bottom. So we're gonna attach it where we want it on the bottom. I'm gonna tie this into a bow for now and see how we do, how it looks. Of course, I've got, quite a mess going on. And, I don't wanna, I gotta be careful because I don't wanna cut the, there we go. The string on the grater. All right, so we've got this, we've got that. What do you think? And I actually think we could, I think it's kind of cute, actually. I maybe don't like this going around the bow. And I can, ooh, that was it. I'm excited. I think I had a moment of creativeness. Just one moment. I'm going to run instead of putting it over the bow, this little tag tie, I'm just going to put it on the ribbon on the back so it's not quite as much like noticeable. There we go. And we want it to come forward. And like I said, this might be the spot where I really, oh my goodness, this is looking good. This is looking good. Oh my gosh, I love, look it. Isn't that cute? Oops, no hot glue on there. It's looking cute. This is where I might actually take the hot glue and just tack things down a little bit so that it's not, by the time I travel with it, or if you packed it away for Christmas. And then, oh my gosh, I love that. That little candy cane in there is just adorable. Who doesn't love a candy cane? Do I need more? Can you see it? I think I did it. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to just tack it down. A little tag with a reindeer on it. I'll think about it. I'll post pictures of it. I'm thinking about doing the lights inside. I'm going to test it out and see. We will see. So stay tuned. I'll let you know. I hope that you're having a fabulous day, that you had a great Thanksgiving weekend, and make sure that you keep on crafting.